13 dangerous red flags to watch out for in your relationship. My name is Pastor Mrs. Joy Bisson, and I'm the founder of Love Matters Academy. I'm a relationship therapist, a marriage counselor, a mother of 4 beautiful children, and I'm a minister. Today, I'm going to be helping you to discover the warning signals that shows that there is something dangerous ahead of you. Some of them are subtle and others are not so subtle. So come with me, let's journey today. Now, I understand that you want a very great marriage, and you also understand that this kind of marriage will not fall from the sky. You have to work it out. And so you're watching, what should I watch out for? What should I look out for so that I can make my relationship better? Number one red flag to watch out for in your relationship is manipulation or control. Now, when your partner consistently asks about your whereabouts in order to get the detail, this can be a form of manipulation or control. Now, this is different from when your partner is caring and just wants to know where you are per time. But when they're asking about very subtle details about where you are, it's a red flag. Now, let me give you an example. You went to see, let's say you're a lady, you went to see a fellow girlfriend, and then your partner is asking, so where did you go to? How long did you spend there? Which topics did you discuss? Maybe you mentioned one and say, so what did you say about it? And what did she reply? You say what you discussed in the conversation. You give him what your girlfriend also said. He keeps asking, so who is this person that you are talking about? So the conversation tends to move towards trying to get the most minute detail of your whereabouts, what you're doing, who you're with. This is not care. This is simply manipulation or control. Now, the Bible speaking in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 23 say, you were bought with a price. So do not become a slave of what? Human beings. So you should have a level of freedom in your relationship. So it's looking like a thin line between care and trying to get a minute detail. So you have to pay attention. You don't have to be blind and think, oh, he's just or she's just overly caring on. No. You have to watch out when it's becoming manipulation. Another form of manipulation is guilt trip rather. So they guilt trip you into doing what you don't want to do. So for instance, let's say the both of you have agreed to keep to sexual purity till you're married. And then somewhere along the line, you get to hear your partner tell you something like, we are going to get married anyway. So what is the difference? We can just start having it now. What's the difference between now and when we get married? Well, there's a huge difference between the two. When you're intimate sexually before marriage is called fornication. And when you become intimate in marriage, that's lovemaking. And when you're married and you do it outside, it's called adultery. So there is a huge difference. So why allow somebody to manipulate you, to control you, and this is somebody you're hoping to get married to? They are not going to change just because you get married to them. So if you find this in your relationship, you start working on it. And if it is not negotiable for you, then it's time to walk away. Another red flag I want us to discuss is disrespect or belittling. Now, respect is something that is not negotiable in any relationship. But when you find a partner who frequently mocks or belittles you, then it's a red flag. In Ephesians chapter 4 verse 32 say, be kind one to another, tender-hearted. When somebody mocks you or belittles you, they are not being kind. They are not, and they are going to continue doing that. So when somebody dismisses your feelings or saying you're too sensitive or you're overreacting, and this is a pattern, That's why I say you're going to be watching for them yourself, because some of them are so subtle and some are not so subtle. So there's a thin line between when it's actually care from when it is not. So when somebody disrespects you, belittles you, you in your heart, you're beginning to feel like, okay, there's something I need to do to measure up. You're always trying to now measure up because this person disrespects you, belittles you, and you feel you're not up to their standard, so you're not trying to measure up. That is a red flag. Now in Proverbs chapter 12 verse 18 said, the words of the reckless pierce deeply. So when somebody talks to you like that and is piercing you at night, sometimes you cannot even sleep, and then you're considering such a person for a life partner, please watch out. It's a red flag. Number 3 is lack of communication, or something I call dried communication. Now, when your partner avoids discussing important issues or changes the subject, it's a red flag. If you're preparing, for instance, for marriage, and then instead of discussing hard topics like, okay, so how many children are we going to have? In fact, where is this relationship leading to? When are we going to get married? And then that topic gets changed. That's a red flag. The person doesn't have interest in you. The person doesn't see the future with you. So the person avoids discussing it in the first place. So don't make excuses for them. Don't say, maybe it's because they don't have time. Or maybe that depends on how long this relationship is in the first place. A relationship that is up to a year, and before it started, you agreed that you were working towards marriage, and now it's time to discuss where is this relationship leading, and then that discussion, that topic is avoided, is overlooked, is changed. They don't want to discuss it. You are most probably not headed towards the same direction. Now in Ephesians chapter 4 verse 29, it says, do not let unwholesome talk come out of your mouth. So when they change this topic, they say things that are not wholesome, and then you make excuses for them. That's a red flag. Now, apart from them not wanting to have that discussion, if they don't initiate important discussions with you, it's time to slow down, because it may be a red flag. Discussions about things that concern discussions about things that are about you, your daily interest. If they don't ever initiate such discussions, it is always you trying to push, then it's time to slow down. That is a red flag. Either you're going to have a discussion and talk about this together and look for a way forward, or you walk away. Now, the next one we'll look into is dishonesty and secrecy. There are lies people will not want you to know about their past. Now, when these lies are very huge, when you will discover them later, it can break you totally. It can mar your relationship. Now, let's give an example that the partner you're talking about had a child out of wedlock, and then that child is hidden. You are never told about him or her, or maybe you've even seen the child with that person and the person just changed the topic or lies about it. There are things truly you shouldn't be discussing in your relationship. You leave them till when you're close to marriage. For instance, issues or matters concerning sex, so that you don't get turned on and cross your boundaries. But an issue like this, that you had a child or two when you are not married with another partner, and then you keep it secret, you don't want anybody to know, you don't want even this your partner to know, that is a red flag. Now the Bible speaking in Proverbs chapter 12 verse 22 said, the Lord detests a lying lips. Another thing to watch out for in secrecy or dishonesty is when they don't want you to check their phone or online activities. This is not the same as they don't, like I said, some are subtle and some are not so subtle. There's a difference between having a relationship where you are now free with each other to the extent that you can check your partner's phone, you can check what they are doing online, and it's not an issue. But when it where it becomes an issue is when they deliberately make it a secret, that you don't have to check their phone, you don't have to know what they are doing online. They may be keeping a secret that will mar your relationship with them. So when it gets to that point, you have to talk about it, or you have to check if this is a call for you, then this is time to leave. Because people don't just change in marriage. They don't just change after saying I do at the altar. Some of the challenges people are having in marriages today, they actually stem from how they've been all along. It's just that their partners never read those red flags. They never saw those signs. And they never, or maybe they saw them, but they never did anything about them, or didn't really even know that it will become a huge issue ahead. So if somebody would not let you know what they are doing online, they will keep their phone secretive from you. That may be a very red flag. Now, when they are defensive or change a topic when you ask them about something you've seen that they are doing, especially on their phone, or even you heard about them, it may be a red flag. Maybe they are trying to hide it. They don't want to talk about it because indeed they are doing something that is not good. Now, in Psalm 101 verse 7, it says, no one who becomes defensive or no one who practices deceit shall stay in my house. Psalm 101 verse 7 says, no one who practices deceit shall stay in my house. So deceit is something that can mar your relationship. God doesn't like it. So you shouldn't have a partner who likes deceit, who does it deliberately, and you do nothing about it. It's a red flag. The fifth one we'll look into is emotional unavailability. What is relationship when you cannot be there for the partner you're in relationship with when they need you most? So something happens to you and they belittle it. You lost a friend and they're saying, are you the first? Such insensitivity. You lost something or a business deal, something precious to you, and they cannot be there. They cannot empathize with you. They are not there. They create excuses why they cannot. And I'm not talking about something that has happened once and then maybe there was something genuinely happening at that period that made your partner not to be available. I'm talking about when it has become a pattern. This person is unavailable emotionally for you. The person is not always there. What did Matthew chapter 7 verse 12 say? He said, do unto others as you will have them do unto you. Your partner cannot be there for you. But then when it's their turn, they want you to be there for them. No, it's a red flag. You have to be there for each other. The next one we'll be looking at is possessiveness or jealousy. Possessiveness or jealousy. Songs of Solomon chapter 8 verse 6 to 7 say, love is as strong as death. Now, when somebody becomes angry or accusatory when they see you with someone else, especially of the opposite sex, it could be a red flag. Now, there's a difference when somebody is trying to cheat on you, or let me not use that word. When someone is trying to do something that cannot benefit that relationship, or maybe trying to go out with someone else, the person is always around this opposite sex and you don't understand their move. It's different from when somebody just talk to a random person or a business partner and then you pick offense. There are people in life that God will send your way to help you, to support you, to work with you, either in business, in ministry, in anything that you are not meant to be in relationship, premarital relationship with, or even marry. Now, such people may not be of the same sex with you. They may be people of opposite sex. So will you say you are not going to work with them because you have a partner who doesn't want you to stay with the opposite sex? Someone who will accuse you whenever they see you with the opposite sex. Life is made up of two sex, female and male. So we relate with each other and then we marry somebody. So the person you're not going to marry, does it mean you cannot have a business relationship with them? Does it mean you cannot do anything with them just because they are the opposite sex? Just because your partner will accuse you, so you don't want such accusation. If you have a partner like that, that is a red flag. And if you are that partner, that is a red flag. So it means you have to do something about it. Now, number 7, physical or emotional abuse. Those of you who think that when your partner beats you, it means they are trying to correct you out of love, I want you to come to this table. So your partner abuses you and you call it love in relationship. And then in marriage, you want it to change. He shouldn't hit you. She shouldn't hit you. Are you not joking? When your partner abuses you physically or emotionally, that is a red flag. Love does not beat anybody. Proverbs 22, verse 24 to 25 says, do not make friends with hot-tempered person. Do not make friends with hot-tempered person. So if you have a partner who is intimidating you, who is making threats, I'll kill you one day, that is a serious red flag. It's a serious red flag. That's threat to your life. Don't make excuses for them. It's not going to change when you marry them. Rather, it will degenerate. So when you have a partner who abuses you physically, beats you, slap you, you're even scared of them in relationship, and you expect it to change in marriage, no. You have to do something about it. And if it's a primary reason for you, if it's a call for you, then you have to walk out of that relationship. Number 8 is substance abuse. When you have a partner who drinks excessively and it affects your relationship, it's time to look into it deeply. That is a red flag. Now let me tell you something that happens with being controlled by substance. When a person is controlled by substance, that substance dictates to them what they do. When we are filled with the Holy Spirit guides us where we go, what we do. So being controlled by substance is replacing the Holy Spirit with something that is not healthy for you, that is dangerous to you. Now, somebody who is possessed with substance or who is filled with substance that controls them, that substance will control them to a direction that may hurt you, may hurt them to the point of death. So, replacing the Holy Spirit with substance is a red flag. So, it is not just about drinking excessively. So, you don't come and, should I say, minimize it or make it look like it's just drinking. It's not just drinking. It's replacing the place of the Holy Spirit with something else that can cause you to harm yourself and even harm your partner. Now, in the book of Proverbs chapter 20 verse 1, it says wine is a mocker and beer a brawler. Wine is a mocker. That substance you are taking is mocking you, is embarrassing you, is disgracing you. It is when it has weighed up that you become sensitive that you come to your normal sense to realize what you've done. No, it's a red flag. Number 9, financial irresponsibility. I cannot overemphasize that enough. Someone who overspends or accumulates debt without discussing it with you is going to lead you into poverty. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 7 says, the rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. So when your partner overspends or accumulates debts without discussing them with you in relationship, you take that into marriage, and then you expect them to change because they just said I do, to change suddenly in one night. A character they've been forming for years, a character you saw them and did nothing about. That's a red flag. Now, if they expect you to manage their finances or cover their expenses for them, it's a red flag. In 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 6 to 7, it says, whoever sows sparingly will reap sparingly. If you sow bountifully, you will reap bountifully. Now your partner is sowing sparingly, is sowing little. The law of life expect them to reap little sparingly, and then they want to skip the consequence and expect you to cover up for them, so that they spend sparingly or they sow sparingly but reap bountifully with your money. It's a red flag. So someone who overspends or accumulates debts, they don't work on their financial life, they don't even understand how money works, the principle that govern money, and they don't care. Rather, they always want you, they will even manipulate you. You're the one working. Can't you be a virtuous husband, virtuous wife? You're the one supposed. No. It's wrong. It's a red flag. You as the lady, you ought to have something doing. You're not about to marry a money producer, an ATM machine. The partner who is a man who is supposed to be your husband, yes, he has a responsibility to provide in a marriage, but not totally. Yes, so you heard me right. Not totally. There are some things that the virtuous woman in Proverbs chapter 31 we were told that she was doing. Say she bought a land from her earning. It didn't erode the part that the husband provides for the family, no. So don't think that because a man is supposed to provide, then you do nothing. And then you, the man, don't think that because the lady is working or she has some money, then she's supposed to cover up for you. It's a red flag. When you spend beyond your means, you accumulate debt to even buy unnecessary things. Number 10, we are going to look at lack of boundaries. Don't overlook someone who will not give you the space to have an alone time. Your alone time is a time where you can develop yourself, where you can connect to God, where you can do it. You need it, even in marriage. So it has to start from now. So when your boundaries cannot be respected by your partner, is a red flag. The Bible speaking in the book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 37 says, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. Your boundaries should be respected, and you should also respect your partner's boundaries. Another way people don't respect boundary is when they push their partners to do things they don't want to do. You have agreed that in this relationship there is no this, no that, no that. But your partner pushes you, and then because you don't want them to be hurt, you go against your personal values, and later you regret being pushed. Don't do that to your partner. Don't allow your partner to do that to you too. So lack of boundaries. You are in relationship with somebody who cannot control themselves. They are in relationship with you. They are doing things with other people that that should remain in the confinement of your relationship. They are in relationship with you and they are in relationship with 5 other people or 10. You know it, and then you're leaving it. You're doing nothing about it. And then tomorrow in marriage, you are wondering why this person cannot stick to you alone. It didn't just happen. Those are the red flags. If you have discovered that your partner cannot respect boundaries, it's time to talk about it. Look for a solution to it and let them honestly start abiding by the new principles or values of your relationship. Number 11 is gaslighting. This is so common. Excuse me. Your partner denies a discussion, a conversation that you both had, and act like they never did make any promise or ever had such conversation with you. And then they start making you feel like you're crazy. You are the one that is overreacting. That's gaslighting. And then they act like, let's forget about it. How do you progress in life without building on something? How life works generally is we have a discussion about something, and then it goes to step 1, step 2, we are implementing. So, but someone who constantly gaslights you makes it look like there's no foundation. You guys had nothing. So, you're always starting. Okay, so you've agreed that, let me give you an example. You've agreed that you're going to get married in December. And then let's say this is September. And then you're actually, so this is our plan. How do we go about it? It's been 2 years in this relationship, and the partner looks surprised. I don't understand. Did we ever discuss that this relationship was headed at marriage? Wow. Okay, maybe that is too big. Flashback on other lighter issues. Have you ever discussed something, and then instead of you and your partner to build up from there, they make you look like they never had such discussion? They are not doing it out of mistake. It's intentional. And it's because they don't want to be committed to that relationship. So they bring up promises at the height of tension or misunderstanding in order to calm you down. They know that, oh, this is what you want. So once there is tension, there is misunderstanding, they bring that thing that you would love to you and make you feel that, oh, your relationship is headed towards the right direction. And then when there is no conflict, when you have to discuss mutually the way forward, they begin to act like, did I ever say a thing like that? It's gaslighting. Now, if you're not going to put up with that, it's time to discuss it, or it's time to move on without them. Number 12, inconsistent behavior. Your partner is cold today, is hot tomorrow. Some days you are confused whether this relationship is headed towards the right direction. The next day, you're happy with the relationship because of one thing that has happened. There's just this inconsistency that deep within you are confused whether you're headed towards the right direction, whether you both are on the same page. It's time for you to discuss. That's why I always say, see, communication is the lifeline, is the blood of every relationship. If you cannot have the hard discussions now that you are in relationship, how can you have them in marriage? When harder discussions, harder topics will be popping up. You are scared of talking about something you don't like because you don't want your partner to be angry. You're just trying to make it, however it happens, let it just end the marriage. Marriage is not the end. Marriage is a means to an end. Stop thinking that whatever happens, as long as it leads to marriage, then we are fine. No, you are not. No, you are not. Because marriage is not the end. Marriage is only a means to an end. It is when you get there, you come to understand that, oh, this is not really the end. If you can have the hard discussions, if you and your partner can really have the hard discussions now that you're in a relationship, then you must have solved a lot of problems already in your marriage. Because there is almost no problem in relationship that you cannot solve with a real communication. There is almost none. The ones that cannot, they are very few. So have that hard discussion. There shouldn't be some inconsistent behavior and you overlook them. Today your partner is hot, tomorrow they are cold, they are just switching between affection and no. It's a red flag. Number 13, the last but not the least, if they disregard your values. If you have a partner who mock your personal values, it's a red flag. I've seen situations where partner mock at their belief of purity. Who goes into marriage pure these days without sexual intimacy? That's old-fashioned. And then something that was your core value begin to compromise. It's a red flag. If your core value cannot be respected by your partner, please have a heart-to-heart discussion about it. I know that yes, there are primary reasons that you cannot negotiate, primary values that you cannot negotiate. People must have them before you enter marriage with them. There are secondary reasons that those ones can be worked on. I'm talking about those primary values, primary principles that if your partners don't have, you cannot compromise. If anybody mocks your primary values, it's time to have a heart-to-heart discussion. If they cannot respect them, then it's time to move on. Because truly, people do not just change overnight. They will not change after they say I do and start respecting those values. No, they will not. It starts from now. Take it that your premarital relationship is a foundation for your marriage. So lay it solid, lay it strong. Let these things not be overlooked. Because if you are blind in your relationship, marriage will open it. Yes, so if you're blind now to these red flags, in marriage, your eyes will be open to them. And by that time, it will become too difficult for you. So I hope you have learned something. If you have learned one or two things from this, please don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to our channel so that we can bring you more of these. And share it, comment and like. So in my next video, I'm going to be dropping how you can actually know someone who is right for you for marriage. Check it out.